Am I the asshole for taking away my keys from my grandma? Bear with me because this is a long one. My grandma came to visit today while I was at work and just wrote to me to say that she was horrified at how much rubbish was flying around my house. I was very surprised by the message and wrote to her telling her not to break into my flat when I'm not there and certainly not to criticize my non-existent mess. I just have a lot of stuff, but everything has its rightful place. The floor is clear and there's only what's supposed to be on the table. 3 hours later, I came home and realized that both my desk and the dining table were completely empty. For context, I paint a lot of miniatures in my free time and have a whole desk full of paints and equipment for doing so. I found the paints, brushes, and tools for my miniatures in a drawer under my bed, neatly lined up. The new Emperor's Children Codex was on my bed. What was missing, however, were the plastic frames and bits from various Warhammer figures. On the dining table were all my new Emperor's Children figures, which I had received the day before yesterday, and had just put on the table and admired with great anticipation. On my desk were 3 squads of Terminators, 700 points of Stormcasts, and 2 Phoenix Lords, a total value of around €500. I searched through all the drawers, and by now I was really panicking. After a very long search, I called my grandma and asked her what had happened to the gray plastic that was lying around. Her answer was, "I threw the rubbish away." What was that anyway? Packaging material? I repeat again, she threw away stuff of mine that she didn't even know what it was. I asked her again whether she was really serious and whether she had any idea what this rubbish was for, to which she simply said that I should be grateful that she had finally tidied up the place and couldn't understand why I was calling about something like that. I then just said that I'd come round tomorrow and pick up my front door key and hung up. I didn't raise my voice once during the whole conversation and was simply in shock, listening to whatever this was, and then lay down on my bed, exhausted, and thought about what my next steps might be. After about 20 minutes, I put my shoes on, threw on a jacket, and set off to go through the rubbish in the apartment complex. It took a really long time, but I found the bag again in the residual rubbish, on top of the remains of eggshells, a banana, and a piece of gamey cucumber. After cleaning all the plastic frames and looking at the clock, I realized that this process alone had taken me 2 hours. Am I the asshole in the act of wanting to take my flat keys away from my grandmother? Because I really don't see what alternative I have at the moment.